Yo,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm Woody. I'm with 93X in Minneapolis. Just to sort of be transparent before we get going here, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. First, to talk to you about medium rarities. All right, I'm going to be respectful of your time. I got a timer going and everything, so I'm going to make sure that um, get you onto your next thing. I'm sure you're a busy dude.
Band practice.
So, are you really? Are you at band practice right now?
No, I'm heading there after I get done with this.
Oh, rad. That's really cool. Last time, well, in my little bit of research before this, the couple of videos that I've seen of you over the pandemic, you guys have been making music, but I didn't think you guys had actually been together, like playing yet.
Yeah, for over the last couple months we have. I think for about 3 months there, starting mid-March, like everyone else, we went into a heavy lockdown, so everybody stayed home and we didn't work on any music for a few months. But I can't remember. Probably around June or so, we started to lightly get together. We have our own studio, so we're able to limit, the people that are in there and what is going on, and it's kind of there's only a few of us at a time, so it's pretty safe, we think.
Yeah.
And we just the honor system. Everybody's just doing their thing, of course, but everybody's wearing masks when they go in public. Nobody's going to parties or anything, and we're just kind of going to the grocery store and your house. So I think we're pretty, we're lucky in the fact that we don't have to be around a lot of people, when we're off tour. So we are indefinitely off tour, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of that. The washing your hands all the time, obviously, the distancing, the not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I know you guys like created Fallen Torches for that studio, right? Like that was the first song that you recorded in there to give it a test drive, right?
Yeah, that was the we got drum sounds, and it was like, yeah, the drums sound good. Okay, I don't really know what to do with that. We wanted to have something just to see what we had, so we wrote a song. And it's pretty rare for us to just write one song and record it and then move on. The natural way of us would be to have all these little seedlings planted, and water them each day and nurture them until they're all ready as an album. So it was cool, but we just really didn't know what to do with it. We were gonna put it out. That was the plan ahead of because Scott Kelly sang on it from Neurosis. We were doing a tour with him in Europe, and we were going to put it out ahead of that tour. I don't know what happened. It just didn't come out. I don't think I was told a concrete reason why. It just timing wise, we ran out of time. It was like there was like a week left to go on the tour, and the song still wasn't out. So it was like, okay, I guess that's not coming out. So we didn't really know what to do with it. So it was suggested that, it's our 20-year anniversary. We want to put this song out. We have all this kind of shrapnel, fringe songs, covers, and just weird stuff that got released at some point, either on a compilation or a record store day exclusive where, they only make a couple, maybe 1,000 copies of a 7-inch. So thought it was a good idea to get all those things together in one place and have a proper release, and that way a lot of those pieces can be put on digital streaming platforms and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say it's super rad just to have that in one place and to be able to really to listen to it in your car. You know what I mean? It's the common currency anymore to plug in your streaming service or whatever. To have that option now is sick, especially on the covers. I'll be honest with you, like I'm not super familiar with Feist. Like I know she was on Sesame Street. Like I've watched that with my kids.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not super familiar, admittedly, either with the Flaming Lips. But man, those two songs, I really like. I instantly like got attached to them after hearing you do them and wanted to learn more about those artists. I wonder if when you do covers like that aren't like metal covers, are you creating those songs or doing those songs because you just want to do it, you just love those songs, or because you want to put your fans on to other stuff?
Um, well, I guess when you're doing covers, I'm not going to say that it's boring to do metal covers, you know, but it sort of doesn't make a ton of sense, you know, because unless it's like, unless we're asked to do something, you know, like with the Orion cover. I mean, we love Metallica, but I mean, we're sort of in the same realm, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to do a Metallica cover because it's going to sound really similar. There's not much that we could do with it that they haven't already, you know, it's in the same ballpark. So it's a lot more interesting, I guess, to do something that's you know, like a Feist cover, which is sort of out of left field for people, for especially for our fans. But it's not like we're trying to shed light on. I mean, we are in a way trying to say, hey, this is some other music that we're into. I mean, you know, we're into lots of music. We're into, as much as I'm, you know, was raised on heavy stuff and prog and all that. I was raised on a lot of other music as well, like Stevie Wonder and you know, lots of R&B and funk and jazz and just everything. You know, my parents were just very well rounded as far as like the music that they listened to, and so therefore I listened to. And so, and then moving forward, being a musician, if you know, when you play music for a living, or when that's all you care about is playing music, you tend to want to experiment with everything. You know, you're not just sort of locked in on one genre. If it's good, it's good, you know. So when it comes down to like a Flaming Lips cover, we did it because we like that song a lot and we love that record, and it's probably one of my favorite records. It's my favorite record by the Flaming Lips, The Soft Bulletin. And so
the drum sound on that album, because of your song, I had to go and listen to the album, and the drum sound on that album is like insane.
It's crazy.
Rad.
I mean, those guys are, you know, that they're just from another planet, and it all works perfectly. Yeah, I love them. So unique and cool.
Do you do you have the, I mean, obviously, you know what, actually, before I move out of covers, I do have to ask you about Ozzy too, the Over the Mountain cover you did with 2 Minutes to Midnight. That was sick. You
Thanks.
really sounded great. Like, have you sung Ozzy before? Like, have you done stuff like Ozzy stuff, Black Sabbath stuff?
I've been singing along to Ozzy since I can remember. You know, one of my first true musical loves was Ozzy and Randy Rhoads. You know, I really was. I don't think I listened to anything else between the ages of 8 and 11 or 12, except the Ozzy tribute album, the Randy Rhoads tribute album. I know it, but like I know, I mean, I just know that that album from start to finish. I can sing every single guitar solo. I know every single subtle nuance of Ozzy's voice, his inflections. I mean, I'm like, it's real deep in there. So
that's right.
Doing Over the Mountain, I just know that so well. And I know every little dip and, you know, all the nooks and crannies of that song in particular. Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman, those two albums back to back. I just consider them to be one album, you know. But yeah, I'm a huge Ozzy fan, and he, you know, his vocal style has just you know, even just subconsciously has informed everything I do vocally. You know what I mean? There's no way that I can escape it. It's just like the aesthetics of my vocals, you know, the vowel choices that I make, the structures and the way that I lay vocals over a track are pretty Ozzy centric, I feel like, you know. So the opportunity to do that was like, I was so excited about it, you know.
Did they hit you up? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, they did. They said I had done the Alice in Chains song with them, where I did the Cantrell vocal and I played Sean's drums. And they hit me up like, hey, what do you think about doing Over the Mountain by Ozzy? And I was like, yes. show off my Ozzy impression, you know.
Yeah, not just the impression, but
really
the full look
to do it.
too. Huh? The full look too. Like, you pulled off the full. I mean,
I don't know. My hair was a little puffy. Everyone was saying I looked like Weird Al Yankovic, which I'll take.
Oh, that was rad. I mean, obviously, you guys have been um, uh, putting your sense of humor out for a while. So I do want to ask about the promos for Medium Rarities, and you guys in the kitchen cooking. Uh, who comes up with that? Like, and was it all improv? Like, what? How did you guys make that happen?
I guess I came up with the basic idea of like, I feel like it would be, you know, they were saying, or, you know, management and the label were like, do you guys want to film some like promo videos for this thing? Like, let's do something, you know, let's not just put it out. Let's do something. You guys are funny. So can you come up with something cool that we could do? So I just thought it would be funny if we were like line cooks in some kind of kitchen and we're in the weeds, you know, and we're putting out this horrible food with like broken CDs and broken albums and, you know, sweating, tickets in the air, you know, the whole deal. And the manager of the restaurant getting pissed off at us. Uh, and so I had that small idea. Oh, and then we finally put our heads together and come up with what is Medium Rarities, and we have the album like served up looking like a gourmet, a well-plated dish. And so we gave that to our friends, Numerica, which is like a production company out of Atlanta that we work with pretty frequently. They do all like the Orange Amps commercials, and they've done some. We've done a bunch of stuff with them where they've filmed it, and so, and they're really funny as well. So we basically handed them the idea, and then they took it and ran with it and made it better and funnier. And then it was up to us just to kind of, there was just like, here's some stuff, and you're filming a cooking show and you're presenting your recipe. So that was, for each of us, it was whatever we wanted to do. And it was completely unscripted. We just did our thing. It was one take, and, you know, there you go.
They're
So
so good. They're so funny. Like
yeah, they came out really
each
good.
of your individual ones, I thought even like it all came together. So and the editing is brilliant. Do you have a favorite one?
I like Troy's, I think, is my favorite.
What does he say? It's okay to make
It's okay
mistakes.
to make mistakes. Yeah, he was really, really funny. I mean, I think all the guys killed it. You know, they were all really funny. I mean, yeah, they were all. Yeah, everybody showed up for that one. There was no like duds. I didn't think. You know, everybody was really funny. I mean, you know, we spend 90% of our time together on the road and in each other's company, trying to make each other laugh. Like it's just a nonstop. It's kind of annoying to be around the four of us because it's like 20 years of inside jokes that are just flying over people's heads, and we just are so in tune with each other over from being together for 20 years and just constantly trying to uh it's so annoying to be around us. It's just very like, stop fucking joking. You know what I mean? But that's just how we are. That's how we I guess that's how we've maintained our 20-year relationship. You know, it's just being funny all the time.
That's cool as hell. So you're gonna go be funny with the guys in a little bit. Go to rehearsal. What are you guys gonna rehearse?
We're drilling the new material to record mid-November. We go in for realsies mid-November, and so we are just drilling it. Like, you know, for me, it's I have to play it, like I have to play each song like 1,000 times, you know, or at least I want to, you know, I want to feel like I exhausted every fill possibility, every rhythmic possibility, you know, leave no stone unturned as far as like the percussive aspects of the music, you know. I mean, and there's also discovery in that, guitar wise, or, you know, that's not really working, or we have to do this, you know, before we get in there with any kind of producer. We want to have poured over it tirelessly, you know. And then when we go to really record it, it's like, it's just that'll be like the easy part, you know,
So it's
because
just like a
we're so prepared, you know. So that's what we're doing. We're just going through that stuff at the moment.
so that's just like a month straight of working out, ironing out everything, so that you go in ready to just nail it.
Yeah, and then I'm just physically ready, you know, because I mean, I just got done with my 20-minute workout, and so I just, you know, I never want to be at the bottom of Drum Mountain. And when you're off tour, you're never in the shape that you are drum wise, for me anyways. You're never like 2 weeks into tour, of an hour and a half to almost 2 hour set is probably the peak physical condition that I'm usually in, you know what I mean? Because I mean, I'm burning through over 1,000 calories a show, and I'm just like, but it's impossible to maintain that like at home. You think you are in your head. You're like, I'm like sweating like crazy when I get done. You know, I'm going for it. Then you hit the stage, and by the end of your third song, if it's your first show back in a while, you feel it. You know, you're dogging it. So as intense as you think you're getting, it doesn't really hit that high peak performance level until you're in front of people. So
it's going to take a
I try to
bit
make up for it by doing workouts and just trying to be, you know, I'm a 45-year-old man, you know, so it's like I need to be really in shape to be able to play all this stuff and play it. You know, I don't want to be behind it, you know, I want to be on top of it. So I make sure.
That's really rad. That's awesome. All right. Have a good day.
Later, buddy. You too.
Later.